lifts itself and lets the outside in. Breeze through the old curtain, soft and sure. Breeze through the old curtain, like before, like all the springs that came before this one, like all the mornings leaning toward the sun. Breeze through the old curtain, come on in. The fabric billows gentle to the side, as if the room itself had opened wide, and something from outside decides to stay and just be part of an ordinary day. I watch it like it's something I once knew, this curtain and its private rendezvous, whispering with air with every soft return, the kind of thing that doesn't have to earn. Breeze through the old curtain, finding me. Breeze through the old curtain, running free through all the rooms and years this house has kept, through all the springs I've loved, I've slept. Breeze through the old curtain, you're still here. There's something in the familiar that the new can never touch. This curtain, this breeze this morning doesn't have to be so much, just enough, just enough. Breeze through the old curtain, like a friend. Breeze through the old curtain, without end. Every spring it finds the same old way to make me feel like nothing's gone away. Breeze through the old curtain, stay, stay, stay. Old curtain, always there. I opened up the window just a crack and felt the world had quietly shifted back. No announcement, no dramatic scene, just something warm where winter used to be. The kind of change you feel before you know, a little lighter everywhere you go. My shoulders drop without a reason why, and something old just eased on by. The air changed today, the softest kind of way, like the whole world let out a breath it'd been holding. The air changed today and I had nothing to say, just stood there in it, slowly unfolding. The coffee tasted different in my cup, like spring had slipped a little sweetness up. The street below was humming something new, and all the gray had softened into blue. The neighbor's dog was stretching in the sun, acting like the cold was finally done. I watched them both and felt it too, that ease that comes with the very first warm breeze. The air changed today in a barely there way, like a whisper that turned into something golden. The air changed today and I wanted to stay right there at the window, half open. You don't always hear it coming, sometimes spring just slips inside. No knocking, no forewarning, just a warmth you recognize, like an old friend arriving just in time. The air changed today and I'm glad that it came. Something in me finally stopped its drifting. The air changed today, can't explain what it gave, just the feeling of everything lifting. Everything lifting. Change today, stay. Before the flowers, before the green, there's a feeling hard to name or seen, a hush that settles over everything, that quiet right before the start of spring. Something soft is coming, I can feel it in the morning air. Something soft is coming, like a hand that's brushing through your hair. No hurry, no rushing, just a warmth that wasn't always there. Something soft is coming. The shadow of the light is getting long. The birds are tuning up their opening song. The The trees are thinking you can see it too. That slight suggestion of a greener hue. I pull my coat a little looser now. The world is changing, teaching me somehow that everything that's cold must find its end, and something soft is rounding every bend. Something soft is coming, and I've been waiting longer than I knew. Something soft is coming, like the air is made of something new. No hurry, no rushing, just a feeling breaking gently through. Something soft is coming. You know that feeling early in the year when winter starts to lose its grip on here, and something you forgot was possible comes back like it was never far at all. That softness, yeah, I know it well. It doesn't ring a bell, it is the bell coming through the cold like it always does. Soft and sure and warm, because something soft is coming. Let it take its sweet and easy time. Something soft is coming, and I'm reading every quiet sign. No hurry, no rushing, every gentle thing is finally mine. Something soft is coming. Call it home. It's here. Something soft. You came so quietly, without a sound, laid yourself so gently on the ground. I barely noticed when you first appeared, but now I'm afraid of what I feared. That you'll be gone before I've had enough, before I've soaked up all the golden stuff. So I'm standing here, not moving from this place, just asking you to linger for a grace. Sunlight, stay just a little longer in the day. Sunlight, stay, let the afternoon stretch out and play. Don't go pulling yourself back from the wall. Don't go letting the shadows have it all. Sunlight, stay. The amber on the floorboard suits me well. It tells a quiet story I can't tell in words words, but every time it falls just right, I feel it. Spring is winning overnight. Sunlight stay across the table one more hour. Sunlight stay through the afternoon. The quiet power of a warmth that doesn't ask for much, just a little time, a little touch. Sunlight stay. I know you'll go, you always do. The day will fold itself in bloom, but before you slip behind the hill, let me have this warm and still. Just sunlight staying, sunlight stay. Make the spring last one more day. Sunlight stay in that soft and slanted golden way. You don't have to be bright, just be here, warm enough to make this moment clear. Sunlight, please stay. Just had my collar up, my head pulled down, just passing through this ordinary town. No great expectation for the day, just somewhere I was going anyway. And then the warmth I didn't plan for came, without a face, without a name, just wrapped itself around my shoulders slow. The kind of thing you get and just let go. The warmth I didn't plan came and found me anyway. The warmth I didn't plan turned an ordinary into May. Didn't schedule it, didn't ask for it, but there it was, just landing where I am. The warmth I didn't plan was the best of any plan. I stopped mid-step when I felt the sun not blazing, just reminding, hey, it's one of those mornings where the air forgets to bite, and everything is somehow just alright. The corner of the street had something there, a quality of warmth inside the air, that kind of unscheduled, unbothered grace that shows up when you're not in any race. The warmth I didn't plan found me mid-step, mid-thought. The warmth I didn't plan was the only warmth I ever saw. Didn't map it out, didn't trace the route, just looked up from the pavement, there it stands. The warmth I didn't plan, open-armed and warm. You know there's a whole category of good that never fits inside the places that it should. Not the stuff you planned for, not the stuff you chased, but the warmth that showed up settling in its place like spring deciding, hey, today's the day. No memo sent, no formal word to say, just warmth arriving, casual and slow, unplanned and perfect, stealing all the show. The warmth I didn't plan is still with me right now. The warmth I didn't plan taught me something, don't ask how. That the best things never knock before they come, they just find you, warm you, make the whole the plan all along. Didn't plan a thing. I heard the spring before I saw it come. A gust and something soft and low and warm. Not quite a song, not quite a sound at all. More like a memory beginning to call. Somewhere between the sleeping and the woke, I heard it like a word that someone spoke. Just was herself one warm spring morning, sunlight through old curtains. The first day you leave the window open, nostalgic and tender, quiet, emotional, cozy, like a warning armchair BPM 50. I heard the spring in the way the morning opened up. I heard the spring in the steam that rose above my cup, in the creak of windows stretching wide, in the breath of everything alive. I heard the spring, and it sounded just like coming home. The radiator clicked itself to sleep, the kind of quiet only spring can keep. Outside the world was warming up its voice, and somewhere in me I was making noise. A hum that started somewhere in my chest, too small for words, too loud to be suppressed. It rose until it found its way outside, and spring and I were singing side by side. I heard the spring in the way the shadows change their shape. I heard the spring in the sound of winter's last escape, in the drip from rooftops soft and slow, in the way the sunlight learned to glow. I heard the spring, and it sounded just like letting go. You hear it too, I know you do, that low and golden something coming through. Not bright, just right, the sound of spring, and I hummed it along. I hummed along. The sun came in slow and stayed. I watched it move an inch and then another. The way it climbed so easy like no other. By noon it had my whole room drenched in gold. And every story in me had been told. I didn't move, I didn't want to break whatever spell the morning chose to make. Just lay inside the slow and golden pour, and felt like I'd been given something more. The sun came in slow, like it remembered me, laid itself so gently across my memory. Not sudden, not blinding, just that low and amber afternoon. The sun came in slow too soon. There's a gold that only spring can make, when the sun decides to take its time. And you're still, and the room is still, and everything is perfectly, perfectly fine. The sun came in slow, and I let it come. Closed my eyes and felt it warm across my thumb. Not asking, not needing anything but this quiet golden glow. The sun came in slow, slow, and I let it go. Stay just a little. Stay just a little. Couldn't tell you why I'm feeling this, some particular indescribable bliss. No letter in the mail, no special date, just warm from somewhere early late. It doesn't have a name, this kind of thing that shows up in the air at start of spring, before you even know the seasons turn. This warm without a reason, somehow warm without a reason, warm without a why, the kind that settles in you like a low and golden sky. No occasion, no occasion, just a feeling running through. Without a reason, and that's reason enough. came through, didn't ask a thing, just brushed my hair and did its wondering. The kind of air you breathe and then stand still, a warmth that bends you slow against your will. You can't quite catch it, can't quite hold it long. It lives somewhere between a hum and song, and yet it's real as real can be. This warm without a reason, finding me. Warm without a reason, warm without a name. The kind that doesn't ask you where you're going, where you came. No occasion, no occasion, just a tenderness that grew. Warm without a reason, and that's reason enough. Maybe this is just the world being kind. On a Tuesday in the spring, in the light. No explanation owed to anyone. Just warm, just here, just sun. Warm without a reason, warm without a cost. The kind that makes you realize what you almost lost. No occasion, no occasion, just this quiet breaking through. Warm without a reason is the warmest kind of true. The warmest kind of true. No reason, just warm. Every morning I come back to find a different kind of gold that's left behind. Not treasure, nothing anyone could steal. Just sunlight doing what the sunlight will. Gold on the windowsill, warm and still, like a letter from the sun, saying everything's alright. Gold on the windowsill has its fill of every quiet thing before the day's begun. Gold on the windowsill, gold The plant beside the pane has turned its face, leaned in to catch the warmth at its own pace. And I have done the same, if I'm to say. We're all just tilting toward the better days. A cup of something sitting in the light, a patch of amber bright, just right. I hold my hands inside it for a while, and that's the whole of it, that's why I smile. Gold on the windowsill, time stands still when the morning pours itself like honey. Gold on the windowsill, soft until there's nothing left to want and nothing left to mourn. Gold on the windowsill, gold. You could travel anywhere, I suppose. Chase the light from here to where the river flows. But gold on a windowsill on a spring morning is everything, everything. Gold on the windowsill always will find me standing right here, arms open to the light. Gold on the windowsill, what a thrill to want for nothing more than this morning, right? Gold on the windowsill, gold. Right here. Before the warmth had made itself at home, before the light had learned to fully roam, April leaned in close against my ear and whispered something only I could hear. April whispered first, before the blossoms knew. April whispered first, the way it always used to do. Not with thunder, not with pouring rain, just the softest word to call me back again. April whispered first, a rustling at the edge of everything, too light for autumn, too alive for spring, and yet it was unmistakably the same. That quiet April calling out my name. I pressed my palm flat open to the air to catch whatever April left me there. A warmth that barely registered the skin, but found a way to travel deep within. April whispered first, before the world could see. April whispered first, and it whispered just for me. Not a shout, not a song in full, just a breath between the cold and beautiful. April whispered first. There's speaks it best. A word so warm it settles in your chest and stays. April whispered first, and I was listening. April whispered first, with the softest kind of opening. Not with rain, not with wind and wave, just a whisper slipping underneath the gate. April whispered first, and I heard. First. The world was holding something in its chest, a quiet even quieter than rest. Before the birds, before the boughs would lean, there was a moment soft between. I woke before the alarm had said a word, before the first note any sparrow heard. Lay still and listen to the breathing dawn, that hush before the morning carries on. Before the birds began, the spring was already here. Before the birds began, something warm was drawing near. In the stillness, in the not yet light, in the last quiet moment before the bright, before the birds began, I already knew. The curtain caught a breath it couldn't place, a gentle coolness with a warmer face, that mix of almost cold and almost new, that only comes when winter's nearly through. Before the birds began, the air said everything. Before the birds began, I could feel the coming spring, in the weight of nothing, shifting slow, in that silver space before the morning glows. Before the birds began, the world already knew. There are mornings made of something rare, too early even for the light to care, when spring is just a rumor in the air, and you're the only one who knows it's there. You breathe it in before it has a name, before the seasons played its opening game, before the birds, before the blue, before that quiet moment. That's what I live for. Before the birds began, I heard the whole thing clear. Before the birds birds began. Spring had already appeared in the hush, in the not yet song, in the feeling that the dark won't last too long. Before the birds began, I was already home, already home. Before they sing. Not one for the books, no one to frame. Just a quiet Tuesday without a claim. It is sort of day that doesn't fool is told, but somewhere in the middle feels so full. The kind where nothing happens, yet it does. The kind where everything is just because. The sun, the air, the unhurried pace conspire to make the ordinary grace a gentle kind of day is all I ever need. A gentle kind of day where nothing's in a rush to be. No headlines, no occasion, just the spring in everything I see. A gentle kind of day is more than enough for me. I bought a single flower from the stand, carried it home loose inside my hand, let it lean against the kitchen glass, and watch the afternoon go easy past. Not every day needs to be a thing. Not every song needs more than what you bring. Sometimes gentle, sometimes plain and small is really quietly the best of all. A gentle kind of day, the best kind, truth be told. A gentle kind of day where even the shadows move in gold. No rushing past the feeling, no hurrying the light along its way. A gentle kind of day, a beautiful, gentle day. See, I've chased the loud ones, chased the bright, the occasions and the moments done upright, and they were good, I won't say that they weren't. But nothing lands quite like the quiet ones. A Tuesday that expected nothing much and gave you everything with barely any fuss. A gentle day, a simple kind of grace, the kind that's hard to find, easy to embrace. A gentle kind of day, I'll take it every time. you're just warm and slow and free. A gentle kind of day is all I'll ever need. All I'll ever need. Just like that. Just like that. I wasn't expecting anything that day. Just stepped outside to let the morning wait. What it had for me, if anything at all. And then the wind came curling down the hall. It moved around me in a certain way, not random or like it had things to say. A gentle loop, a turn and then a still. The kind of wind that touches you at will. The wind knew my name, called it soft and low. The wind knew my name in the only way the spring winds know. Not in words, not in sound, but in feeling. Something old and warm and quiet, revealing. The wind knew my name, and I answered. I stood there longer than I meant to stand. Turned my face up, opened up my hand. Let the wind do everything it knew, which turned out to be more than I once knew. The wind knew my name, and it leaned right in. The wind knew my name, like it always has, like a discipline. Not a stranger, not a visitor passing through, but a wind that's known me maybe longer than I knew. The wind knew my name, and I stayed. Maybe the spring has memory. Maybe the wind keeps things. Every name, every face, every open window. Every morning someone stood and let it in, and the wind remembered and came back with your name. The wind knew my name, said it like a song. The wind knew my name, and I knew I finally belonged, not to a place, not to a thing I'd planned, But to this wind this morning, this outstretched hand, the wind knew my name, and now I know mine. Now I know mine. I don't know when it happened, only that it did. The way a morning changes where the winter hid. One day the edges softened, something let it go, and everything that was mild and slow. The light that used to leave so early stayed a while. The cold that pressed against the glass gave way to mild, and I stood in the doorway, nowhere left to be, watching everything turn gentle, watching everything turn free, everything turn mild, mild and warm and wide, everything turned mild, like the whole world stepped aside. No more bracing, no more holding tight, just the long and easy breathing of the first warm night. Everything turned mild. The park returned to something I had nearly missed. That soft particular green you can't resist, where children run like time forgot to count, and old men sit and watch the whole thing mount. Everything turned mild in the way that springs do. Everything turned mild, and I was turning to softer at the edges, lighter in my step, finding every reason just to not forget. Everything turned mild. There is a mercy in the mild that the cold has never owned. That particular kind of warmth that makes you feel less alone, not celebrated, not declared, just mild and here and quietly everywhere. Everywhere, everything turned mild, and I turned with it too. Everything turned mild, like I always knew it would come through. No thunder in the changing, no dramatic end, just everything so gently turning warm.